Mona? Where did it all start? I know you coach now. You do a lot of stuff, and we'll get into that. But tell me about your journey, your career starting point.
Yeah, thank you first of all for having me. But this is like the story that tell all the time because it constitutes the beginning of my story actually. So, as a background, I come from a family, a very simple family, traditional family in the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah, which is located in the northern of UAE. And generally, we come from a mountain area, so all
Yeah.
my family, everyone's from this area. And you might know in different cultures, people who live in the mountain, they are quite traditional, they are quite, conservative and all that. But obviously, like I had grown, I'm the eldest of my sibling, like seven other siblings. So I've like grown up very quickly in my like, so I've taken the responsibilities, taking care of my siblings, and helping my mother and father in the household and everything. But obviously, I was also very ambitious from my childhood. So I used always to top my school. I used to be among the people who like are the students who get the top, and I get a lot of awards, ideal student, and this continued with me throughout the college and university. And then obviously, I really had a lot of ambition. So after I graduated, I topped my class. That it was 2004, and I really had a lot of ambition to actually go and really join the workforce because I kind of foresaw the future, looking at my abilities, my talents, and whatever I've achieved since the school. And now the story started, really the real story, when I did my work placement before I graduated from the college. And like I've loved training in Hilton, which was new at that point in Ras Al Khaimah, and I really wanted to make it a career. I decided then and there that I want to work in the hospitality. It's vibrant, it's full of life, a lot of people, a lot of opportunities. So now this is the dilemma that you might imagine that started, that becoming from this background. What are you talking about? Working
Yeah.
in a hotel, you're a girl. What are you going to do? Are you going to work in reception, wear skirts, or the misconceptions, or even the way it was perceived? So this is where really the story started. I really had to really do a lot of talking, convince my family, and started applying for jobs since I get my first job like in Burj Al Arab at that point, 2005.
At the hotel.
The
Burj Al
hotel,
Arab.
yeah.
Okay.
So I really got the best place. Like at that point, it was an icon until now, actually. But yeah, it was very privileged to get into the hospitality through Jumeirah and Burj Al Arab. And I've started in the training department where they were all looking at me like something very strange, because an Emirati joining this industry. I was very young at that time, and my job was actually, because I was in the training department. So I started, training people. I started with the admin part of the training, but then because Emirati started seeing me and coming the few that we had at that point, and I grew it very quickly because there was very few people doing this kind of job that I'm doing at that point. And the country was, Dubai at that point was really focusing on tourism, on hospitality. So I got a lot of attention, honestly, because of my even work and everything. So with a lot of things going on, like I mean, if I talk about some highlights, is first of all how I managed the transition between my family or non-working to being an employee, but then at the same, I manage my expectation of my family, but also deal with my own fears, internal fears, dilemmas, uncertainty. I don't know what's going to happen. At the same time, go and deal with a very vibrant multicultural workplace where we have a lot of nationalities, people have different thinkings and backgrounds. And I've already need to also, create my place there, leave my imprint. Because of what, obviously, like a lot of people didn't see a lot of Emiratis working in private sector, and until now it's becoming better, obviously. But like, okay, you are a girl, okay, you are working in how can you be scarfed and work in a hotel? So it doesn't make sense. So I used to get a lot of types of comments, and it was all a journey like that I had to.
How did you convince your family? I think it was also a challenging situation for you, right? Starting from
Yeah,
a
of course, very much.
conservative, traditional culture, and then so give me some story back then. What happened? How did you convince your family?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
obviously not a very easy, because obviously me being the elder and the eldest in the family, and my thought was I really want to set the path for my even other sisters who are coming to the workplace. So if I currently give up on this, then it means we all gonna live the same kind of life that most women live in this culture, you know. So for me, that I really need to fight for this. I need to really do everything in my hand. My family were upset with me. They were not talking to me. I joined the work, my first job, as I said. They were not very happy with it. So there was a period of time in the beginning of my work life. I used to undergo a lot of stress because they were not talking to me. They were literally not, I was not seeing them. So I decided to go for it. And after some time, when actually I started performing and getting a lot of attention in my work, so it was within the first 6 months, I think, where they published me in the company's newsletter as an Emirati, like, promising or emerging Emirati in hospitality or something. And then I brought this newsletter and showed it to my parents. I told them, see, this is what I'm doing. If you think I'm working in this, is okay. We can work still in hospitality, and I can be like veiled or covered, and I can still do very well. You know. So it's just breaking those misconceptions that people have about working in certain industries or associated with women working or whatever it is. So with that, I think it let just cool down a little bit. And with every then a coming year or coming like month, coming year, coming the achievement that I used to have, because I was involved heavily also at that point with Dubai tourism. I used to train, other colleges and universities, go to career phase and do stuff. So that gave me more exposure, more, basically articles in the media and all that. And that was the family kind of transition. So they just kind of, they said, "Khas, okay, she can do it." They just left me alone. And this is where I started focusing on my career per se.
Awesome. So the transition took a little bit of a hiccup, but you were able to make it, and you were able to convince your family.